What it's actually like to be an Instacart driver. If you've ever thought about being an Instacart driver, this is a brutal, honest review. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I've only been doing it for about a year now. I work usually from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., 8 p.m., all the way up to max 9 p.m. So that's 12 to 14 hours a day, 6 days a week. That's gonna take me up to about $250 to $325 per day consistently. That's the day. And of all my experiences all the way through till today, which has been about a year, probably about 10 and a half, almost 11 months to be exact, in all of that time, there have been two instances where I feel like I wasn't treated fairly when it comes down to customer support. Now, if you're watching this video and you happen to be customer support, this is just my brutal, honest review, not downing the company in any way. This is just my experience with your customer service. First time was during Christmas time. Someone reported that they didn't receive their order. Now, at this time, you're talking to a person who has a 5-star rating. People need to save money, they overspend. So sometimes they want to cut corners and say, hey, I didn't get the order, or a few things were missing. I am not against you at all, okay? Now, besides those exceptional people, there's this one person during that time, and it's usually when I deliver to certain parts of the neighborhood that aren't so good. And yeah, they said they didn't receive their order whatsoever. Now, this was an order where you had to knock on the door and to get the person to receive the order. So you don't take a picture, okay? I'm still brand new with it. I was on for like 3.5, 4 months at this time. So like, I just didn't put 2 and 2 together, you know? I was just like, here you go. Less than 5 minutes later, they're like, where's my order? I got my order. I was like, all right, cool. Well, is this your address? Yes, that's my address. I took a screenshot of like the Google Maps. I was like, is this your house? No answer. Next thing you know, I'm on the phone with customer service. They're calling me like, hey, where's this person's order at? I was like, I dropped it off to this person. Was it a girl or a guy? I said, it was a guy that opened up the door. It was a girl. I should have said it was a girl. If you're ever in this position, just say whatever the name is. So if it's Alicia, just say it was a girl. If it's Brad, say it was a guy, okay? And so let's just say her name was Alicia, and which is definitely not her name or anything close to it. So let's just say her name is Alicia, and Brad is who opened the door. If someone was delivering an order to your house and it wasn't yours, 99% of the time you're gonna open the door and be like, and a surprise. He looked at it like, cool, is this it? Grabbed it, put it in the house. So if he didn't order the stuff, he wouldn't think like, oh, cool, great, groceries, put it in the house. He's gonna look at it like, even if his first thought was like, well, this is free groceries, I'm gonna take it. Even if that's his first instinct is to do that, he's still gonna have that look on his face that I can't believe I'm receiving a free order right now. What do I do? Every human has this thing. That's a one-off situation, okay? So there's nothing I can do. The customer service called me that day though. And they were like, yeah, this is what happened, cool. Fast forward all the way until Saturday, this last Saturday. I had delivered this to a lady. Now, I'm not sure if this is her or not, but she lived on the second floor. And I was like, all right, cool. This is still in a good neighborhood. And I took it up there. And then less than 2 minutes later, after I'm driving off, I'm already driven and took my first left at the light going somewhere else. She says, hey, you have the wrong order. This is not my order. I was like, okay, cool. I'll be right back. Literally flipped around, came right back and delivered her order to her and took the original order that I delivered to her back with me to the next customer because I had 3 orders. So this one was definitely hers. So I'd already delivered one. She was the second person. And then I was on my way to go to the third person. So this was definitely her order, the last bag. So I was like, all right, let me swap it. My bad. Thank you so much for coming back. So I'm thinking like maybe she reported it before she even hit me up. But it's just the fact that it was so quick. I don't think it was her. I think it was someone else because earlier that day I delivered to a questionable part of town before heading up to the really good parts of town, just because it was a good order. It was like irresistible. $37 for 20 items. I'm definitely taking it. You know, all day, every day, I'm definitely taking it. I literally got reported And I'm in my mind, I'm like, I just got to call customer service, because usually, like I said, the first time they called me. So this time they didn't call me. They just emailed me and said, hey, someone didn't receive their order, like at all, like not just missing an item, didn't receive it at all. And at the current moment, I am a 5-star person. I immediately go to the reviews. There's no bad reviews. It's just they didn't receive their order. I'm like shocked. So I call customer service as I'm on an order, and that's the only time you can call customer service is when you're on an order. This guy, really good guy. He tried to help me as much as possible. He just couldn't help me because he didn't have the resources. He was like, yo, man, like, I really want to help you, but I don't know what to do. Like, I have such a small position in this company, and they don't give us these type of resources to give you like, hey, here's a number, call them and explain your situation or anything. I was like, well, can I speak to a supervisor? He's like, yeah, you can speak to a supervisor. They're going to tell you the same thing. 10 minutes later, he's like, bro, they're not picking up the line. You want to continue to wait, or what do you want to do? Like, I was like, bro, at this point I was already worn out. I was like, bro, is there anything that you can do for me at all? Like, is there any like email, phone number, a thing I should do, anything? And he was like, no, there's nothing you can literally do. Oh my God! Time you show up to the place, take a picture of the place, take a picture of their order, and send it through the chat. That's the best thing you can do. He's like, I know you're a five-star guy. I've never even seen a 5-star guy, so I can tell you're not lying, and I don't know what to tell you besides that. I was like, all right, cool. So I head out. I don't really talk to other Instacart drivers, but there's another Instacart driver I had previously talked to, like probably about like 3 or 4 months ago, just a brief conversation. I seen him outside. I was like, hey, have you ever had this happen to you? And he's like, yeah. He's like, over the 6 years of doing this, I've had it happen less than 5 times. But it does happen. But he goes all over the place. He's in bad neighborhoods, good neighborhoods, all types of neighborhoods. So if it's only happened to him a handful of times in 6 years, and it's happened to me 2 times in 1 year, basically, I'm freaking out. He was like, bro, calm down. Just don't have this continue happening at all. Just cover your tracks. This is the best way to do it. And he gave me an app. For everybody watching this video, you'd want to download this app right here. And make sure you download it and pay the $5. I don't care. It's free. It is free to use, but I would use the upgraded version because it does do video as well. But it puts a timestamp on the picture or the video. It shows you the date, the time, it shows you the address, it shows everything. So even if you were in the middle of nowhere, it would show the geographical location of where it went. So you could take a picture of the order at the person's front doorstep as well as their house and send them both in the chat and have the matching addresses that they can't say that they didn't receive the order. At least even if they did, they would be able to backtrack it, because Instacart does sometimes review it and say, all right, cool. Yes, this person right here has been doing this and has a history of that, and they're fraud. And they have a lot of these fraud cases, but they've been catching up on these fraud cases, because every now and then I'll get a notification saying that they removed a low rating due to this being fraud. So I know for facts they're going to be getting out of here. But in the meantime, in between time, if you're an Instacart driver or any type of driver period, and you need to take a picture and you want to take a picture that matters, get this app. Timestamp camera, baby. I don't get nothing for even referring you. I'm just trying to help you as a driver. And I appreciate you for watching this video. I got to go get this order. It's $55 for 54 items, and I'm already 2 minutes late. I'm gone. Peace!